Yeah, Tommy Gahintock, everything's great. Had a good launch today, probably the easy bit to do, but over the last 6 months we've put a lot of work in to get to this point, a lot of stakeholder engagement, online surveys, over 7,000 responses, a lot of quantitative and qualitative data to look at, a lot of trial games, what we call them sandbox games. So it's all going really well, it's all on track, and we'll have our proposed rule enhancements here in Croke Park for the Allianz Interprovincial Series covered by TG4 on Friday the 18th, which will be a milestone on a momentous day, I suppose, in the evolution of Gaelic football rules. Yeah, what probably surprised me was that there's sometimes a lot of negativity you can see around the game, but people do like Gaelic football. That's the first thing we saw. But when you get below that, you see that there's things that people want to change, and what they want to see more of, for folks on the positives, they want to see more kick passing, they want to see more long range scores, more goal scoring, more high field catching, and more one-to-one creativity from players on the field of play. And I believe when you see the Allianz Interprovincial Series on the 18th and 19th of October, you'll see that we have spoken to that. You're going to see a lot more kick passing, long range scores, goal scoring, high fielding, and one-to-one creativity. Yeah, so the Gtic Association has a strategic plan Intas Faoi towards one association, and in that it has a vision that Gaelic games, so that's Gaelic football, hurling, ladies football and camogie, will become the most exciting amateur games in the world to play and watch, and we're focused on the Gaelic football part of it. And that is our North Star, and that everything that we do in this committee is speaking to that North Star. It's not the committee's North Star, it's the association's North Star. And that has driven the rule proposals that you're going to see on the 18th of October. I think we look at the core 7, what we did was we distilled all of the rules and we cut them right back to have a core number, and they are all interdependent of one another. So if you take one away, it has an impact on the other. So it's not that we're going into special Congress or core to say you have to, it's their decision, but we would definitely see if you take one away, it will have an impact on how the other one is applied. So for us, anything we're proposing in the motion change and the rule change, we have them in for a particular purpose. We're not putting 10 in to only get 6 across the line. They're all important to us. Yeah, so the solo and go is where you can take a solo and go or a tap toe and go. So if I'm fouled, currently I have to pass the ball to another player. If I'm fouled, I can take a solo and go immediately, and that breaks me out of play, out of the traffic, and it really increases the play, and I can be on the counter attack immediately. So that's been a very effective and a very popular rule with the players. Yeah, with the 40-metre arc being introduced, it does entice players to score points, and as we know, all players love scoring long range points. We believe that teams now will put a bit more focus on it, because two pointers is worth a goal, which is now 4 points. But we also see then from a defensive perspective, if teams are kind of minding the house and don't want to concede a goal which is worth 4 points, there'll be more space outside for a 2-point shot, so they have to push out on the 2-point shot, which might create more space inside the goal. So this dynamic now, we believe you'll see to play with the teams on team defence, what they'll do. But certainly, what we've witnessed is both at club level and inter-county level, players are well able to score from 40 metres from the posts, and there's great excitement generated by the crowds that have been there. They really love, and it's a kind of stand-up moment when a 2-pointer goes over. Well, it's a straightforward enough rule in terms of you can't pass the ball back to the goalkeeper, and the reason we're bringing this in is that part of the survey we had, that people want to see the ball to be moved forward. They don't want to see the play being kind of slow or pedantic in one half of the pitch, and often this is the case because the goalkeeper is the extra player. Therefore, teams won't push everybody up because there's always an outlet player. So what we've seen to date is that when there's no back pass to the goalkeeper, the players straighten up and they go up the field, and because you've got 3 players on the opposition half, there invariably is a kick pass onto the ball. You're going to see a lot more attacks in the game. There is one change to that, where the goalkeeper can receive the ball inside the opposition half, and then when the ball lands in the large parallelogram, the player who receives the ball can, if he wants, to pass the ball to the goalkeeper. And we've only brought that in the scenario where you'd win the ball and you're facing me as the goalkeeper, and it'd be very unnatural for you not to pass the ball to me in that scenario. So we've tried to cover it off there, but we've seen it work really, really well, and I think you'll see that likewise on the 18th. Yeah, so what we've seen on the results from the survey is if there's two top things that people don't like to see, it's the sense towards the referee or match officials and cynicism or the leg tactics in the game. So you have some scenarios where players mightn't hand the ball back, they might throw the ball away or throw it in the air. If you do that anymore, that's a 50-metre penalty. If you block a quick free kick, that's a 50-metre penalty. So we've also seen the evolution of the, I suppose, the black card, where it was brought in 2013 to prevent, or 2014 to prevent deliberate pull downs from a player. So you have the ball and they deliberately pull you back down to the ground. We've seen the evolution where players now will deliberately hold up a player because enough to pull them down. It's a black card. We're proposing to introduce that into the rule book, where if you deliberately hold up a player or pull them to the ground, it's a black card. What you're going to see is a fast, dynamic, exciting game of Gaelic football. It'll look very natural, but it's going to be a lot of entertainment.